Hello, my name is Lance MacNiven, and I'm an urban planner, and today I'm going to be talking about the economic impacts of peer-to-peer services here in Los Angeles. So today I'm going to be talking about Airbnb and its impacts on the supply of housing here in Los Angeles, and I'll also be talking about my recommendations on fixing that problem, which would be implementing an excise tax. I'll also be talking about Uber and Lyft and their impacts on the employment and the demand of taxi services here in Los Angeles, and my recommendation for that would be to increase regulation and policies. So to give a brief overview, Airbnb is a service that allows people to rent out their houses and apartments to travelers. It allows them to supplement their income. It's a pretty cool and convenient service, but unfortunately it has had a negative impact on the supply of housing here in Los Angeles. So with Airbnb units on the increase, we do have supply units supply of rental units here in Los Angeles on the decrease. So with that, I illustrated this that with the shift in supply, you are ultimately decreasing the amount of rental units on the market and increasing the price for those rental units. So originally at equilibrium zero, it's 400 units at $800 per rental unit, but with more Airbnb units, there's a lower amount of rental units, and now you have 300 rental units at $1,100. So my recommendation to fix this problem would be to implement an excise tax. With that excise tax, you would be lowering the amount of Airbnb units on the market while inflating the cost for those Airbnb units, but the trade-off is more rental units on the market. With the tax revenue from this excise tax, it could be used to pay for affordable housing and low-income units here in Los Angeles. The opponents of this tax obviously would be the people who rent out their Airbnb units, but I believe that Los Angeles has a duty to address housing here in Los Angeles, and this would be a good solution to address that. Uber and Lyft are ride-sharing services here, and they're pretty convenient, pretty awesome. I use them. It allows us to connect with drivers through our smartphones. Very swift, and it's a substitute to traditional taxi services. But unfortunately, this has also caused an issue with employment in the taxi market. It also has decreased the demand for taxis. So with taxi demand going down, I illustrate that here. This is from a study in San Francisco from January 2012 to August 2014. There's been a 65% decrease in ridership. People say that this is because Uber and Lyft, and they feel that Uber and Lyft have an unfair comparative advantage because they're not held to the same insurance requirements and background checks that taxis are held to. So basically they're taking a chunk of the taxis market, and they're not playing by the same rules, so to speak. So my solution to fix this would be to level the playing field. So with that, we would have more compliance, regulations, and policies that enforce Uber and Lyft to comply with. So I illustrate this here that with Uber and Lyft conforming to more policies and regulation, that would potentially increase the price of their services and possibly lowering the demand. But with that, since Lyft and Uber are in the same market that taxis are in, the decrease in Uber and Lyft rides would increase taxi demand. And so therefore it is leveling the playing field, so to speak. Most people that are in the Uber and Lyft realm would not agree with conforming to more policies and regulations, but I believe Los Angeles also has a duty to ensure that employment isn't compromised due to the private market. So in summary, today I went over peer-to-peer services, Uber and Lyft, and Airbnb. I talked about their effects on the housing market and the employment market for taxi drivers, and I also gave my suggestions on how we can fix these problems. Like I said, my name is Lance MacNiven, and I hope that you found this PowerPoint helpful in how you go on addressing these issues. Thank you.